Did you know that for a brief period of time in the 1970s, Orange County was home to a drive-thru safari? And if that sounds like an accident just waiting to happen, it's because it was. For more than a decade, the Lion Country Safari in Irvine allowed visitors to drive their own vehicles through open enclosures to get an up-close look at the exotic animals. The unique tourist attraction opened in 1970 in Irvine, becoming the first cageless safari in Southern California. The drive-thru safari was conceptualized by Harry Schuster, a developer from South Africa. The idea was to provide Orange County residents and tourists a chance to experience the exotic sights and sounds of an African safari. The park started off as a success, bringing in more than 1 million visitors during its first year of operation. Guests would drive their vehicles across the 4-mile stretch. Convertibles were a no-go, which might sound obvious, but you never know. And for those who needed a vehicle alternative, safari jeeps were available to rent. Those who drove down the trail were able to see various animals roaming the grounds, including giraffes, rhinos, elephants, and of course, lions. Fraser the lion was considered to be the star attraction. The elderly lion fathered more than 30 cubs, creating a population boom of lions in the park. Fraser died of pneumonia in 1972 and was buried on the safari grounds. The following year, a movie inspired by Fraser was released titled Fraser the Lovable Lion. Driving through the safari wasn't the only part of the 140-acre attraction. Additionally, there was a train, hippo pedal boats, and a river ride, which gave the nearby animatronic Jungle Cruise ride at Disneyland a run for its money. Now here's where things take an unfortunate turn, and fair warning, the details get a little graphic. The park made its fair share of headlines for having multiple animal breakouts and attacks. Bubbles the hippo managed to escape in 1978. For 19 days, many tried and failed to capture her, until a tranquilizer shot supposedly caused an awkward fall and led to her death. Misty the elephant broke free in 1983 after a nearby concert at the Irvine Meadows Amphitheater. A few of the animals had been moved to a maintenance yard because they were worried that they might be spooked by the loud music nearby. Tragically, in an attempt to rechain Misty, the park warden Lee Keaton was killed when the elephant stepped on him and crushed his skull. With Misty on the run, part of the 405 freeway near the park was closed for a few hours. That wasn't the only incident that happened that year. A chimpanzee attacked its handler, and a 2-year-old was mauled by a tiger. Because of the bad publicity from the attacks, escaped animals, and a mix of the challenging economy and a rise in insurance claims, the Lion Country Safari in Irvine closed its gates for good the following year in 1984. After that, a messy back-and-forth legal battle happened between Schuster and the Irvine Co. that lasted nearly a decade. Schuster had signed a 29-year lease with the Irvine Co. for 500 acres in 1986. In 1987, the Irvine Co. sued Schuster for back rent. However, Schuster countersued, claiming the Irvine Co. interfered with his business. In 1993, a jury granted Schuster $45 million. However, the judgment was later overturned. Then in 1996, Schuster threatened to raze Irvine Meadows, Wild Rivers Water Park, and Camp Fraser, which Schuster had been subleasing on the property. Irvine Meadows got a temporary restraining order against the destruction. The following year, a judge okayed the demolition of Wild Rivers. Around this time, the Lion Country Safari sued the Irvine Co., claiming Schuster had the right to stay on the land for 26 more years. Schuster then obtained demolition permits for Wild Rivers and Camp Fraser. He also amended his suit, claiming the Irvine Co. owed him $20 million. Things came to an end in 1998 when a judge denied Schuster's efforts to tear down the venues, saying that the Irvine Co. did not owe the Lion Country Safari damages, and denied Schuster's bid to extend his lease. A settlement was reached, with the Irvine Co. agreeing to pay Schuster's company $4 million, and Schuster agreed to end all litigation. To learn more about Orange County history as well as more recent news, visit ocregister.com or check out the link in our bio.